Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to a new video. We just got up. Will made us coffee and we're heading down to the dock. My battery's dying. Holy smokes, it's so hot out here. I love it. It's so nice to finally have some hot weather. I've been really loving our little morning routine every day. Basically, I wake up before Will and kind of wait for him to wake up. He gets up first and he used to get up and light the fire and get everything all nice and warm, or start to warm up the cottage at least. Now that we don't need the fire anymore, he just kind of gets up and turns on the coffee machine and he makes coffees for us, and then we'll just kind of sit on the couch. I'll usually do a bit of work if I have a video going up that day. There's so many chipmunks here. Yeah, so if I have a video going up, I'll usually sit and do my thumbnail and fill in my description and do my title and all of that, and then I'll get the video posted. If I don't, then I like to just sit and watch YouTube or read the news. There's been lots of turtles here in this part, but I don't think it's hot enough. They come out when it's really hot and they sunbathe on the rocks. So yeah, I'll usually sit and read or watch YouTube, drink my coffee, and then I like to get up and have something to eat because I don't really like to have all that coffee in an empty stomach. And then after we eat, we'll move on with our morning. So recently, when it's been nicer out, we've been trying to go down to the dock and do our morning routine down by the water. The bugs have been pretty bad, just because we're going from like spring to summer, so all the little like flies and mosquitoes and stuff are starting to come out. But I don't know if you guys could see in those clips this morning, there was millions of dragonflies down there. So the dragonflies were keeping us like pretty safe, so we were able to kind of like sit down there for like a good 15 minutes before we had to come back up to the cottage. A mosquito literally just bit my toe as I was saying that. I've really been loving our morning routine and I'm finding it very helpful with setting up the rest of my days. I thought in this vlog that we would talk about some of the different things that I'm doing and have been doing for the past couple of weeks to kind of change my mindset about this whole quarantine situation. If you guys watched any of my quarantine vlogs, any of my cottage quarantine diary vlogs, at the beginning I was really struggling with isolation. I was finding it really hard to be productive, just like kind of really blue overall and just like not really feeling life. And I was finding it, yeah, just like everything was just kind of like depressing and I wasn't motivated at all really. And I've definitely kind of come up out of that situation, and that didn't just happen all on its own. I definitely took some steps to get myself to a better place, to be in a better mindset. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little bit today. And I would say just right off the top, a huge thing is having a routine. Nighttime routines and morning routines are a really good place to start. Just setting yourself up for the day in the morning so that you are in a good mood, so that you're feeling like you can take on the day, you can achieve things that you want to achieve, or maybe you can feel relaxed if you've been feeling a little bit anxious. Just setting yourself up in a way that is going to carry on throughout the rest of your day. Nighttime routines are really good too. For me, my nighttime routine is super simple. It consists of 2 steps. I was finding that once I started to incorporate too many steps, I wasn't doing the routine. So just having those 2 steps makes sure that I actually complete them every day. I sit down and watch TV with Will, and then right before I go to bed, I go and I brush my teeth. And brushing my teeth is kind of that signal for my brain that like, okay, we're gonna go to sleep now. So that's like my super simple nighttime routine, and just having those 2 things adds that little bit of structure into my day and just helps set me up for sleep and set me up for my day. Speaking more about routines, I also have sort of weekly routines as well. This is obviously not applicable to everybody, but just think about it for your own place in life. I have been consistently posting my YouTube videos for like over 2 months now. So I've been posting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So just having that little bit of structure throughout my weeks, I find is really good for my mental health as well. It keeps me focused on something and like working towards a goal. I'm gonna talk about goal setting a little bit more, but I'm gonna do that a little bit later in the video. I don't want to just sit here and chat to you all. Ah, mosquitoes, they love my toes. Let's go inside, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. So I definitely don't put makeup on every day, but I've been trying to recently, especially on days where I'm filming, just to feel a little bit better about myself, because when I'm editing back the footage and I'm staring at myself and I feel like I look tired, or you can see my acne scars, or yeah, I've got like big bags under my eyes and my hair is a mess, and all of it combined just makes me look very disheveled, then I'm editing that footage and I'm critiquing myself and feeling bad about myself. So just putting on a tiny bit of makeup just to kind of perk things up really helps to kind of lift my mood and my spirits like throughout the day, but also the next day when I'm editing the footage as well. Just really like on days especially where I feel like I need that little bit of just a pick me up. I filmed a video yesterday that I want to put up today, and I have it mostly edited, but I need to do a voiceover, finish editing it, and get it uploaded. It's pretty short. I think it's only going to be around 10 minutes. I was feeling pretty sad yesterday. My best friend was in the hospital giving birth to her first child, and that in itself was pretty crazy. And I couldn't be there because of Corona, and I was really struggling with that. I was feeling very sorry for myself, so I wasn't in like a great mood to be filming, so I just did a nice kind of like chill video where I don't talk to the camera too much. So that's why I'm gonna do a voiceover today. She did have her baby today, which is so exciting. I'm just like so happy about it, and everybody is safe, and yeah, it's just so cool. I'm just gonna sit down and finish working on that video and get it ready to put up. Okay, so I just finished editing my video. I did my voiceovers and added my music. So now it's just exporting. So we're just gonna let it sit and export for a few minutes. In the meantime, it's about 12:30 now, so it's about lunchtime, which brings me to my next point about keeping your mood up, and that is eating healthy. I don't know if everybody wants to hear that, but it's so important for a couple of different reasons. Number one, you're not letting yourself down. We know that we need to eat healthy, so when we don't, we can criticize ourselves and put ourselves down. Also, when you eat crap, it makes you feel like crap, and that's just not going to help your mood. But there's also actual physiological reasons why eating a healthy diet is going to help improve your mood. So something that I think is super cool and that I'm super into, oh my god, there's chipmunks chasing each other, they're so cute. Something that I'm super into and that I find really interesting is the science of the microbiome. So I'm obviously not a scientist or like an expert in this at all, but I have read a couple of books about it, and yeah, I read like articles about it online and stuff. there's all this new research about the gut bacteria that you have living inside your stomach. There's a little community of bacteria in there, and they affect everything about your life. So it's really important to feed them nutritious, healthy food, because it can actually physically have an effect on not just your physical health, but also your mental health. I wanted to just read this little excerpt because I didn't want to miss anything. The gut microbiota is directly affected by the food we eat, as our food is ultimately its food. Our gut microbiota in turn affects our inflammatory state by breaking our food down into compounds that modify immune cells. So when we talk about diet, we're really talking about an entire downstream cascade of events which can manifest in poor health status when imbalanced. The imbalance can also affect our minds. So the reason I first found out about this is because when I was finally sick of having hormonal acne, I really wanted to treat it naturally. So I started researching ways that you could naturally treat hormonal acne, and one of the first things that started coming up was information about your microbiome. So eating an inflammatory diet or having an unbalanced microbiome causes inflammation in your body, and that inflammation can register through acne, amongst other things. But that was how I first kind of got exposed to this information. Anyways, continuing on, to date, several human studies have observed the reduction risk for depression in diets higher in fruits and vegetables, fish, whole grains, and olive oil. People who suffer from diabetes, a strongly diet-influenced disease, are twice as likely to also suffer from depression and also likely to have anxiety. There's also a notable comorbidity between people who suffer from heart disease and depression. People treated for major depression using personalized dietary counseling and support were 4 times more likely to experience remission than a social group alone. Moreover, transplanting the gut microbiota from depressed humans into rats was enough to produce depressive and anxiety-like behavior in rodents, suggesting that the gut is an important bioreactor for mind-altering microbes. So literally, by feeding your gut the proper nutrition, high fiber foods, etc. that you need, you are physically altering the state of your mind. If you do the reverse and you eat sugar or foods that are high inflammation causing foods, you're going to have the opposite effect, and you can actually put yourself into a depression. You can actually cause yourself anxiety physically because of your gut microbiome. If you guys are interested in any of this, there's so much cool information out there, and it's all really new. It's all up and coming science, so there's new stuff coming out all the time. I'm super into it. So most of you guys know I do eat a plant-based diet, and one of the reasons for that is health. That's really what got me into it and was sort of the Kickstarter in me switching from a vegetarian diet to a vegan plant-based diet, was the effects that the non-plant-based foods can have on your body. Other parts about the plant-based lifestyle are also important to me, but really health was the #1 motivator for me to switch. So I do feel like I eat quite a healthy diet. That being said, we are running out of groceries. So we've been up at the cottage for over 2 weeks now, so our grocery supply is very, very limited. So we're gonna actually have pancakes for lunch. They're full of sugar and oil, which is obviously not the healthiest meal to have. But that kind of brings me to my next point, which is treat yourself. So at the beginning of quarantine, I was really easy on myself. I acknowledged that I was in a bad situation. I acknowledged that I was in a negative mind space, and I just let myself be. I tried not to be critical of myself. I tried to just let myself breathe. I kind of had that like treat yourself kind of attitude where if I wanted to eat junk food, I ate junk food. If I didn't want to work out, I didn't work out. It prevented me from slipping even further into a negative mindset, from actually becoming like fully depressed or over anxious, because I was easy on myself. So I think it's really important not to punish yourself when you treat yourself or you make a mistake or you're lazy or whatever. It's just really important to start again as soon as you can. So if you treat yourself to some junk food one day, don't criticize yourself, don't be mean to yourself, don't berate yourself. Just take that attitude of like, it's a treat, I'm treating myself today, and then the next day don't eat that junk food and just start your health journey again. I would say start the next day, or maybe start after the weekend if it happens on the weekend, but definitely don't wait too long, because then that treat yourself moment can turn into a treat yourself lifestyle. Give yourself time, give yourself space, be kind to yourself, don't punish yourself, but also don't wait too long to reset and restart again trying to achieve your goals when it comes to, yeah, like healthy eating or really anything. But yeah, so we don't really have ingredients to make much today besides the ingredients that we have for dinner. So I do have stuff for pancakes, so let's go ahead and do that. So it's way later in the day, almost, I don't know, 3:30. After lunch I got my video up, and then I've just been kind of sitting, relaxing, watching a few YouTube videos. And I can see that, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but there's some rain scheduled for this afternoon. So I want to get out and do my run before the rain comes. For some reason, I keep leaving my runs until like the hottest part of the day. It's literally 33 degrees right now, but it's okay. It actually gets me nice and sweaty, which is good. Let me just set you guys up here. Okay, there's a little breeze. Hopefully it's not too windy for you guys to hear what I'm saying. Speaking of my workout, let's talk a little bit about goal setting. So at the beginning of lockdown, when everything first started, I was really enthusiastic. I really wanted to reach some big milestones when it came to my YouTube channel and the amount of content that I was putting out. I wanted to like completely refurbish my house. I wanted to get super fit doing my at-home workouts. I wasn't prepared for the effect that the negative situation was gonna have on my mental health. I went into not like a full-on depression or anything, but I definitely was feeling depressed and having a lot of anxiety, especially because I got sick right away. The second day of isolation, I was having flu-like symptoms for about a week, and I was convinced I had coronavirus, and yeah, it was just like a whole thing. Once I was feeling better and we got up north to the cottage, I wanted to set some more goals for myself, but I wasn't ready to look at those big sort of lofty life goals again. So what I did instead was I started really small. I just wanted some really small, super achievable goals that I would be able to work into my daily routine, make a part of my daily routine, so that I could then move on to working on bigger goals. So you guys know I love using my planner. When things first started, I wasn't using my planner at all. It was putting too much pressure on me to write things down, because if I didn't complete them, then I was having a lot of negative self-talk about that, and I was criticizing myself for not completing the things that I had written down. So I stopped using my planner for a couple of weeks, and when I started back up again, I just started with super simple things. So on Friday, April 10th, that was the first time I wrote anything down for weeks. I wrote wash sheets and film, and those are extremely easy things that I can do. I've been filming this entire time consistently. That was something that kind of never really went away from me, which I think comes a lot from habits. I've been filming pretty much non-stop for almost like 2 years now, and I started doing my weekly Vancouver vlogs in October. So I pretty much vlog every single day. Like I pretty much film every single day. So being in that habit, I was able to just continue that and have it continue on into this time. After Friday the 10th, on Sunday the 12th, I have shower, skincare, film what I eat in a day, post to Instagram. All super easy things that literally take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to complete. They're not like real goals. They're just sort of tasks and things that I could easily achieve during my day and cross off my list. I have this sort of side section in my book where you can kind of make notes. So in here I wrote small wins, drink water, and do your skincare day and night. So literally I was working with super small goals, drinking more water, doing my skincare in the morning, doing my skincare at night, and I did that for weeks, just tiny little goals. And then those became a part of my routine. They became habit for me, and I was able to focus on some bigger goals. I started writing down things that I wanted to do every week or every day. So exercise, either walking or stretching every day, because I really wasn't feeling my workouts. I don't know, I have done a lot of great bodyweight workouts in the past, but usually they're incorporated with weightlifting. And for some reason, once quarantine started, I just really was not into bodyweight workouts. Even if we just got out of the house for like a 10 or 15 minute walk one day, I would count that as a win for me. Sometimes we would obviously do longer ones, like we've went on quite a few like 2-hour walks, but even if we just made it out for a really short period of time, that was a win for me when it came to exercise during this like negative experience time that we have going on. After all of these things, as the weeks went on, I would start to add more things, different kinds of things to the things that I wanted to do. So the next week I have written down bake, practice driving, and doing chess, things that I wanted to do every day or almost every day, or things I wanted to try, new activities like baking. That was something different for me that I'm not usually doing, and something that I could productively spend my time doing, but wasn't anything like too challenging and was like fun and different for me to do, you know? And then finally, as we come into May, I start really like all of these little steps and these little sort of tiers on the ladder towards being able to work on more lofty, like bigger goals. They helped me get to a place where I could actually sit down and look at sort of bigger ideas. Really, the major goals that I have right now are, number one, to increase the subscribers on my YouTube channel. My goal for 2020 was to double the subscriber count on my channel. So I started the year with 200 and I want to finish with 400. There are a certain number of subscribers that I need every month in order to hit that goal, and I'm close but not really quite there. So I really want to work on getting more subscribers, and I think the way to do that is to be putting out better quality videos that actually provide value to the people who are watching them. I really like watching sort of daily vlogs that people aren't really doing anything, they're just showing you their day-to-day life. But I think for people to find my channel, I need to have more useful information. I want my vlogs to just be a little bit more useful and informative for people. And then I have to continue making my makeup videos because those bring a lot of people to the channel as well. Probably everyone watching this vlog came here because of a makeup video. So I have to continue with that. Another goal that I have is not to get fat, and that's just me kind of making a joke, but I don't have any goals specifically when it comes to like, I want to weigh this much, or I want to look this way, or I want to be this fit. Fitness is kind of the last thing, the most recent goal that I've started working towards. And yeah, I just wasn't really feeling the types of exercise that I normally do. So I started running, and running has been great for me. I mapped out a 1 kilometer run, and I just go out and I try to beat the time every day. It's super quick, which means I actually do it, because when I'm sitting on the couch and I don't really feel like going out, I just tell myself it'll be over in 10 minutes. Like, just go do your warm up. I get to spend some time outside. I get all those endorphins and that runner's high, and it's been really fabulous for me. I've been really actually enjoying my runs. I'm a very competitive person, so having that one specific distance that I'm running and trying to beat my time every day also really encourages me to actually like get out and do it, and to put like maximum effort into the workout, as opposed to just kind of like doing the 1K and just like trying to stay running the whole time. Like, I'm actually pushing myself, trying to beat my time, which is really good. And then the third goal for me is to save my money. So I'm not working, I don't have a job, I'm not getting paid. The government is subsidizing my living right now, but that's definitely not gonna last forever, and who knows how long it's gonna be until I'm working again. So I don't want to just spend all of my government money on makeup, clothes, Amazon, like literally the millions of things that I would like to buy for myself. I want to save it. I want to save it for the short term. If the government stops giving me money and I haven't saved any of the money they've given me, like that they're giving me right now, then I'm gonna be totally screwed because I have no money coming in. If everything works out and the government pays me up until I start working again, then I want to have saved a lot of the money that they've given me for my long-term savings and my long-term financial goals. So saving money during this time is really important to me as well. So those are sort of the 3 major long-term goals that I am now like focusing in on, and those are the kinds of things that I couldn't really think about, I couldn't really focus on at the beginning of quarantine, but by taking sort of all of these steps that we're talking about in this video, I've been able to get to a place where I'm super motivated and really inspired to not only look at my goals again, but actually work towards achieving them. So I also wanted to talk in this video about like how to actually write a goal, because you can just write down like don't get fat or you to get more YouTube subscribers, but those aren't goals, those are just dreams. You need to actually set actionable tasks that you can accomplish in order to achieve those goals. I wanted to talk about how I do that in this video, but I feel like this portion is getting pretty long. So if anybody is interested in like goal setting and how to turn your goals from dreams to actual goals, then leave me a comment down below or give this video a thumbs up and I can put that in a separate video. We can focus on that in another vlog maybe. For now, I'm gonna go do a warm up. Yesterday I didn't warm up before my run and my legs, the back of my knees were so sore. So I'm gonna go do a warm up. I'm gonna go for my run. The time that I'm at for my 1K is 11 minutes, 11 seconds. So we're gonna try and beat that today. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. So today I did it in 11:42. Took me a few seconds to get my phone out of my pocket, so let's round that down to 11:40. My fastest time was yesterday. And today felt so much harder. I think it's hotter. And yeah, I don't know, just like all the millions of other contributing factors, but felt a lot harder today, so I knew I was gonna be a little bit slower, but it's still faster than the first time we timed ourselves, which we had already been running for like a week the first time we timed ourselves, and I think we were like 11:50 or 11:51 or something like that, so still an improvement on that starting number, but something to work towards. All right, it's dinner time. I did mention before that we're pretty much out of groceries. So for dinner, I pretty much just chopped up whatever vegetables we had left in the fridge. So we have some sweet potato, regular potato, Brussels sprouts. So I just put a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, some red chili flakes, and then this like steak seasoning that they had up here on them. Normally with this meal, I would love to cover everything with tahini, have a little bit of ketchup on the side, some lemon, but we're out of tahini, so I'm just gonna have ketchup. Usually also with this meal, if we had avocado, I would eat avocado with it. Or sometimes we have like fake soy-based meats that are like, you know, fake sausages or fake bacon, stuff like that. So sometimes I would have that as like a protein on the side. But yeah, we literally are out of food, so this is gonna be it. I just made like a whole bunch of it, so it'll be filling enough for both of us. Also, it was very hazardous using the oven. It's currently 31 degrees outside at 7 o'clock at night, and I used the oven at 400 degrees, so that didn't help. Yeah, tonight while we eat, we're gonna watch this guy right here. So there's a huge movie collection. This whole cupboard is full of movies, DVDs. So most nights we've just been kind of going through there and picking something to watch out of there. We're gonna watch this guy right here. It has good reviews. We always check the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes before we watch anything. We look for a high critic score with like a medium audience score. So like our ideal movie has like a 60 to 75 audience rating, but like an 80 to 100 critic score. Those are always the movies we like the best, most of the time. I think this one has like 90 for both. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope there were some tips in here that were helpful. I was thinking while I was running and like in the shower afterwards and stuff about maybe taking some of these ideas and sort of ideas that like spawn off of these and make them into their own videos. Like I was thinking like how to formulate goals and like how to write goals, changing your mindset, all kinds of things. So yeah, my brain is kind of going. If you guys have any ideas, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.